Alright, welcome back to Adobe Muse CC. In this tutorial we're going to create styles to our actual nav. So in the last tutorial we actually created our navigation, actually went through the process of previewing it and see what happened. So now we get to the actual styling. So if we select each little part here, you'll see we have the option for the fill. But that's only the first state of the nav. On the left here, you'll see that there are several states. There's a normal, a rollover, a mouse down, and an active state. Each of these states happens when you basically hover over. So you get the rollover, which is the mouse to indicate that, hey, you have rolling over this button, like you're going to select it. Mouse down is the actual click of the mouse. And then the active state is basically saying, what you have active at that point. Where are you at in terms of the navigation? So let's go through this process. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the actual text here. So I'm going to click inside here and try and click. And sometimes it's kind of difficult. Sometimes you have to click several times until you get to the type tool here. And basically what I want to do is change this typeface because I kind of want it to match the background here, which is not Arial but a stencil bold typeface. And I actually want to increase the typeface size. So this font size I think is going to be probably 24. Might be good. I might even go as high as 30. Let's see how 30 looks. Actually 30 looks kind of cool. Now right now you can see the text is overlapping in certain areas, and so what we have to do is we actually have to select it and pull out to kind of expose the whole typeface. You'll notice that some of the words aren't quite lining up. Now I can reposition it wherever I want and let it snap into place as I go through here. So I might make this go all the way to end. Something like this would probably be good. Let's see, maybe there. I'm not quite sure about the positioning. I may change that in the future. But basically, I want this typeface to be something like this, essentially. Okay, so now let's talk about the color. So typically you could choose a color for the fill if you want. You could even change it to rounded corners. They have the rounded corner options here. And you can increase that just by clicking on this, so you can really round it out. I'm actually going to keep it square for my example here. The next thing I want to do is instead of have a fill of gray, I'm actually going to choose to have the red slash. So I want this to be sort of transparent, and as you hover over the text, then it becomes active. So in order for this to really work, I kind of want the text, or the buttons, I'm sorry to say, to line up edge to edge with this the top of the nav here. So I'm basically just dragging up and down so that this whole area will highlight. So let's go to the next state and figure out what we're going to do here. The rollover. So on this state, I'm actually going to choose a fill of this red. And you can see it there. The next state, which will be the mouse down, I'm actually going to choose also the red. And for the final state, the active state, I'm actually going to choose that red again. I could have done a slightly different shade if I wanted to, but I actually think it's fine to have those three shades. Then the last one in the category here is transition. Basically, we can adjust the animation once you hover over it. You can also apply a stroke, but the stroke for this would kind of give away this idea of hovering over. So let's see how this would look by clicking on the preview mode, and we'll take a little snapshot here. So basically you can see the type, and then as I hover over, you get these larger sort of red buttons that kind of tell you, hey, you want to go here or there. And in order to work on it, you just click on it and it will basically send you to that page. So you can click on each of these and do that. Now, these buttons are kind of large. I may want to adjust that, but I kind of like the idea of it to show, what is the active page and, where we're at here essentially. So I may adjust the size, but this is the basic idea. I think works pretty well. So let's adjust the animation, which is the transition. So I'm going to check this fade here, and I'm going to fade it a little less than half a second. So maybe like 0.4 or 0.3 and have a slight delay here. And then in terms of the animation, I want to ease in out effect. And let's check out that and see how that would look. So again, I'm going to check the preview box here. And so now as I hover over, you get a nice little transition that happens there with a little bit of a delay. Now it's a little bit slow, that delay, so I may want to adjust that, but I am kind of digging that. So let's go back in there. Again, cool thing about this is you can adjust it right on the fly. So I might want to adjust that delay, make it a little bit less to 0.1. Let's go ahead and check preview. That's a little smoother. I think I like that pretty good. And then click away. So this is basically the introduction to styling your navigation in Adobe Muse CC. Have fun creating your own navigation. I don't know if this will be my end game for my nav. I may want to have it a little bit different. But until next time, we'll see you soon in Adobe Muse CC. Cheers!